Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And when we last left off, we had just gotten the Dragon Tier from the Divine Dragon, and we have now commenced the the real endgame, where we only have two bosses left, one of which is optional, but we will be doing him. So first things first, as always, we're just gonna, grab some skills, because there's no reason not to. You should always want to get yourself stronger. And after that, we're just going to consume the memory. Perfect. And we're pretty much nearly as strong as we're going to get before we face off against the final boss of the game. So, we're on our way, and oh dear, what is this?
一心様、何があった？
一心様は病にて見まかられました。
そうか。
それを察知したのでしょう。ナイフの軍がその機に乗じ、この城に攻め寄せています。
巫女様は
これを。
この鍵、巫女様は城外への抜け穴か？
はい、狼殿。月見楼がある水の手クルアの堀、その終端にある抜け穴に向かってください。九郎様はその抜け穴から城外へ脱し、すすきの原であなたを待っているはず。
わかった。
一心様の命にて、夜鷹の衆が目印ののろしを屋根上に置いています。夜鷹ののろしをたどり、九郎様を追ってください。九郎様は月すぎ夜鷹。
なんだ？
九郎様が人となる、それを祈っております。
ああ。
九郎様、それを。九郎様、すぎしよ。九郎様、それを。九郎月すぎしよた。流害になった者は、人が人として生きるための当たり前の力を奪われています。故に血がよどむのでしょう。
どうやって直す？
奪ったものを返せばいい。これを受け取ってください。九郎さん、それ。
Okay, so, a couple things happen there. The first thing is that Lord Ishin has died. Very sad, I know. And because he is dead, if you recall, he was the Tengu and he was constantly hunting down the Ministry rats who were trying to get information on Ashina. So with him falling, the Ministry has taken this opportunity to do a full-scale attack on Ashina and pretty much subdue them. Also, I was having a bit of a stroke there talking with Emma, and that's because I knew that she somehow would give me the information that, hey, Dragonrot's cured. So at the very beginning of the game, if you recall, when Dragonrot became a thing, Emma comes over and asks you to, get a blood sample from one of the people who is infected with Dragonrot in order to make a cure. And unfortunately, the lady that I'd planned to do that with, the old woman, was already dead when I got there, so I was like, well, not much I can do about it. So if you've never cured Dragonrot, by the time you reach this endpoint in the game, if you do ask about it, she will just automatically cure it for you. You don't have to finish a quest line. She's just like, here, I have the cure to Dragonrot. There you go. Be on your way.
する。助けて殺したな。
So unfortunately, Black Hat Badger has died. Now, he does give us a unique item, an item that you can only get by doing his quest line, and this is the second time that it has glitched on me and I cannot pick it up. I don't know if you're supposed to just, save and exit, rest, or what have you in order to be able to pick it up, but we're not going to bother with that, because that's not for us. So, thank you, Black Hat Badger, but I don't want your little item. So, Ministry obviously assaulting everybody, and they have scary cannons and will shoot across the entire world. You'll notice that when Black Hat Badger was speaking, I was looking far to the side across the bridge. The reason for that is because I was scared that they were going to shoot at me and hit me like many of those other times it happened, and would interrupt the conversation. Now, luckily that didn't happen, but it's always, a threat. Good jump. Best jump I've ever done. Oh my goodness, they're so strong. There we go. Goodbye. So there's two things that are really going to happen at this point in time. The first of which is we're going to kill 2 mini-bosses. And after that, we are going to go and face off against the optional boss. Now, I've said it before, I've said it again, probably the weakest boss for me is the optional boss, the Demon of Hatred or Anger or whatever his name is. I'm not a huge fan of that boss fight in general, and hopefully it won't be too painful to get through.
この先ナイフ型の本陣があれを落とせばまだ足縄
So, unfortunately, everybody's dying, because of course they're dying. When a freaking interior ministry comes at you with cannons and gunfire, you don't really have much chance. If you've ever seen that movie with Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai, you know that just guns win versus sword. So, we're trying to actually be really sneaky here, because across the way is one of the first 2 mini-bosses, so we just want to kill as many people stealthily as possible, so that we can not aggro him before we can get rid of one of his health bars right off the bat. So we're just going to sneak around here, be very stealthy, don't mind me, nothing's going on. There's a pot banger. Freaking dinks. So we're just going to sneak around from the other side, try to kill him as quick as possible, and then we'll head off for the mini-boss. Should be a relatively short fight. At least I think so. Hello. Yes, please. Just die. Thank you. So there's an enemy there. And there's our main guy. So we're just going to drop down. Oh god, I'm super scared right now. And come on. Perfect assassination. Very good. Now I'm really paranoid about that guy over there, but well, we'll try to do what we can. Yeah, come over here, please. So this is pretty much, I guess, our 4th Juzo type fight. We fought these types of enemies many times before. Only you'll notice this guy. Oh god. Okay, no, everyone's aggroed. Oh, this is not great. Oh god. Oh, that was actually really good. Oh wow, that was easy. Oh, okay, I feel great. Never mind, I'm amazing at this game. What am I saying? Haha, I can even block a stomping foot. Hello. Please just die. Yeah, I know. I've fought your type many times before. I'm actually not, super upset in regards to them just rehashing a body type, 4 or some odd times, especially when they are mini bosses. Like, I get it. It's not as bad as, Dark Souls 1, where they turn Taurus Demon and Capra Demon into, just a regular enemy. So while the repetition is a bit annoying, it's honestly not the worst thing in the world. So we're just going to smash this guy over and over. He's not a very hard fight. There will be one other mini-boss after this. At least I think so. Oh my gosh. Now I'm second-guessing myself. I think there's another mini-boss. See, now I'm paranoid. Now I can't remember anything that's going on. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Ting ting. Goodbye. Please die. Come on. Please. There we go. Good. Grab our prayer bead. And let's just see what this is. Not useful. I will say that there are some items here at this point in the game. I believe it's fulminated mercury. Yeah, which I just picked up. Here, the area at the bottom of Ashina Castle, there are some stairs there with a whole bunch of enemies, and that's essentially where you want to end up going in order to farm it, because you do need it for Shinobi prosthetics for late game. It's pretty much the only place you can get any drops for it. So if you care about that, that's where you go. So there is another mini-boss. I don't think it's going to be in this episode. Yeah, because now we're heading straight for Ashina. So it might be in the next episode, depending on how quickly I can get through Demon of Hatred. So we're going to head just for the Demon right now. Probably the worst boss in the game, at least for me. And there's a random merchant. And he sells nothing of value. Perfect. May as well spend all of my money on wallets or whatever they're called, just because, I'll be honest, I don't feel super confident when it comes to the demon. So rather than, die and lose half of all of my money, just put it into the pouches. Anytime you're not sure you want to use your money and you think a boss is coming up, just put it into pouches. Yeah, you're losing whatever, 10... I tried to do the conversation, but instead I got shot in the face. But yeah, you're losing 10% of your value, but honestly, it's not a big deal. Oh, that was close. So we are now at the Demon of Hatred fight. You can see him over there being really angry. Now, the first time you first show up, which is obviously our first time right here, he will be fighting some Interior Ministry. Honestly, it might just be best to, sit back and just let him fight and kill them. Because again, the Interior Ministry, if they're attacking the Demon of Hatred, their attacks will still hit you. Also, I just ran straight into that Flaming Fist. And it's really unfortunate. So, if you do die here and you respawn or whatever, once the Interior Ministry people are dead, they're dead forever. So this fight, not a fan of this fight. It's one of those weird beastie type ones where he will move all over the map, which I don't actually mind. The problem I have is the hitboxes are not great. You spend most of your time kind of hitting him in the legs and on his butt, and there are a lot of instances where you feel like you're in a good position to hit and the hit just doesn't register. Now, it's not, as bad as I'm making it seem, but for a fight like this, which has 3 phases and he's just a giant tank and you're just always getting his health bar down, you're never really beating with a posture meter, it's really annoying when you have, 6 hits. Not in a row, but over the course of a fight, just not hit. So, he doesn't do too much. I screwed that one up. Probably your best opportunity for when you're fighting him is if he does jump into the air, you just kind of move a bit back, you jump in the air, and then you can grapple to him, and you get about 3 free hits off that way. The way I approach this fight is I literally stay near his legs, and then I always circle to my right. If you ever just get, a bit nervous, just don't be afraid to back off. And I just spend most of my time just circling to his right, or to my right, sorry. And it usually gives me an opportunity to hit, a couple times, 2-3 times. We're not trying to be greedy because it is a very long boss fight, as in it's just a giant slog. Honestly, in my opinion, Phase 1 could be gone and you wouldn't really miss much. If we just started with phase 2 and then went to phase 3, I feel like that might be better, especially because it is, as I said, a longish fight. It's very easy to end up in a situation where you die in, say, phase 3, or, you know, at the end of phase 2, and then you're like, oh good, I have to spend all this time on phase 1 again. But yeah, so luckily we have all of our gourd seeds. We got all the ones that are available in the game, so it shouldn't be that bad. Phase 1 is almost done. Ouch. He does deal a lot of damage. I have seen some people use the umbrella as their prosthetic because you can use it to block all of his flames and whatnot. It works. I just don't use it. I don't really care either way. So phase 1 is down. We're going to head into phase 2. So phase 2, he starts using a couple, like his fire flame attacks start being more deadly. Again, I like to say that I like to stay close to him. He's generally, ow, that's a really bad attack. He's generally most dangerous the further back you are. He has a couple attacks, and here, so you just want to jump and then just grapple in, you roll in, get a couple swings on him. It's really nice. That one attack that he just did right there is probably one of the worst ones in the game. You need to jump. I've had instances where I'm pretty much on the, like, I'm not within the hitbox range at all, but because I didn't jump out of the way, it still registered as me getting smashed into the ground, which I thought was a bit of hot garbage, but what can you do? The reason why is because him doing that attack essentially forces range between you two, or distance, and he will generally always follow up with usually one of two attacks. The first one is that over the arm flame one, which then creates like a wall of flame that goes towards you. That one's relatively easy, just kind of run to the side and jump when he lands it. The other one is more dangerous, and it is the fireballs. Now, the problem with fireballs is that, the way I play at least, when he starts doing that charge, I want to jump out of the way and then I want to follow him in as fast as possible, because if he does an overhand charge of some such, I get a lot of hits on him. I can get, 4 to 6 hits on him very easily, and I want those hits. The problem is that if he chooses Fireball, if I'm not following close enough behind, I will be essentially running straight into his Fireball wall, and then if I roll out of it, odds are good I'm going to get hit by that second Fireball wall, because he can throw 2, and then I just instantly die. And it just feels like crap. My only other option is to stay back until he's done that attack, but if I stay back, there's a really good chance that he's then going to do just another one of his ranged attacks. And then I can just end up, trapped far away. So I just say screw it and I risk, and I just run in to try to follow behind him as fast as possible. Just because that will reduce the amount of time that he does, a scary ranged attack. So we're hitting him. He's almost done phase 2. Jump, again, really great attack. Pretty much free hits all around. I don't like him being this close to the wall, because again, I do like having maneuverability to circle around him. So I really wish he'd just come off that wall a little bit. Come on, man. Please get away from the cliff. And again, I'm stuck in a position where I want to pull him back, but it's really hard for me to pull him with me because he will just start doing a ranged attack. Oh, there's the firewall. Yep. Please cease and desist, sir. Just die. That sucks. And we're up, and that was just unfortunate. Well, it happens. It doesn't make you feel good, though. Please give me iframes when I res so I don't just immediately proceed to die to a giant fire thing. So yeah, we're back at phase 1. And again, phase 2 isn't so different from phase 1 that I feel like, there's much differentiation. Yeah, his ranged attacks become a bit more deadly, but overall, it's nothing huge. And the problem that or especially I in general, come into is then I hit phase 1 and I get lazy. I lose focus, and I just take unnecessary hits over and over because I'm like, oh, phase 1 is just pointless, and because it's pointless, therefore it's easy. Wrong, it's still not easy. You still need to actually try to play the game properly, and that's 100% on me. Oh man, bad start. Ugh. Come on, sir. So, I am actually going to talk about the Demon of Hatred. Spoilers, if you're unaware, we didn't really do his questline because we didn't give anybody liquor the whole playthrough. But this is the sculptor. You can tell because the arm that he was missing is now just a giant firearm. And also, if you do the conversations, it pretty much comes to the fore. I believe that near the beginning of the game, the sculptor does make mention of the fact that he's, sculpting Buddhas, but they always end up looking, nefarious or evil or angry because anger slowly grew within the man. And then, was it Takeru? I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was cut off his arm, and that essentially stopped his anger. I believe the term for it is, it's either Asura or Ashura, one of the two. I want to say it's Asura, after Asura's Wrath, the game that nobody played. But I never played it either, but So I think it's Asura. You recall when we first met the Tengu in the castle that's just over here, like near this very arena, there was that old lady talking to us, and she's had those cryptic messages like, oh, what happens to all the hatred that gets put out into the world? Have you ever thought about it? And you're just like, no. She's like, haha, well maybe you should, because she's alluding to this. All the anger from the death and the pain that occurs in the world ends up, from my understanding, getting pooled into a vessel. And if it ends up boiling over, the vessel becomes the demon of hatred. So, way back in the day, and by the day I mean, a while back in this playthrough, you'll recall Owl gave us the choice to join him and forsake Kuro. Also, that was just me being bad. Forsake Kuro, or we had the opportunity to, stay with Kuro, and we stayed with Kuro because, that's the best ending. You get to face off against more of the bosses and what have you. If you choose to stay with Owl, you end up killing Emma and then you kill Ishin. And honestly, the Ishin fight's really great. It's quite hard. But that's not the point. The point is that when you beat it, you essentially get the Asura ending, which is the Wrath ending. And if you do that and forsake Kuro, you then in your cutscene you kill Owl, and it gets told that you become the vessel for Asura. You become a demon, and you run around the world just sowing destruction and death all around. And so us facing the sculptor here is essentially us avoiding this particular end. And so we're going to essentially put him out of his misery. And once we are done with this, we will get another conversation with that old lady. Unfortunately, because we did not do the conversation with the sculptor, you have to give him booze, and I think he'll talk to you about it. But because we didn't do that, I think when we get to the conversation with her, she'll ask us, do we know who it was? And we say no. But spoilers, we know who it is. It is the sculptor. You'll also notice, wow, that was a lot of damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Also, I'm stuck. Oh god, I'm stuck. Please. Oh god, let me out. I hate this. But you'll notice, if you recall, the sculptor's name when he, took Emma under his wing and whatnot was Orangutan. And what does he kind of look like? Maybe it's an orangutan. Just throwing that out there. Maybe you saw it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't really care. Well, there's some information, because I gotta say something, right? Oh god, as I get stomped into the ground once more. Again, this fight isn't, it doesn't play to the strength of the game. The strengths of this game is, when you're parrying, when it's really tight combat, back when you're facing Owl and you're parrying all those attacks, or, Lady Butterfly, where it's just tang, 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 and you're just, it sounds really great, it feels really great, you feel like you're just an amazing shinobi. These wild fights are just that, they're wild. You just kind of run in circles and then hit them. It's very much... It shows off a lot of the hack and slash nature of the game, and I don't think it's the best. I feel like I'd hate this fight a lot less if it, as I said earlier, if it was just 2 phases. As it stands with 3, it's so long, just so long. Like, this is as strong as we can possibly be. I say that, but we don't have all the prayer beads. Obviously, you can upgrade prayer bead necklaces 10 times, and you'll notice there quickly. I did the jump when the prompt came up, and also there's that double throw that I mentioned. But I did the prompt, and he literally ran through me. Like, our hitboxes clearly collided, but because I was in the air, it just registers on that attack that nothing happened. But yeah. But when I say strong, the actual power levels that you get are entirely done through memories, and we have all the memories that we can possibly get at this point. I am kind of lying just a little bit there, I think. I've always played the game this way, as in I saved the last boss for last. When you kill the last boss, it will ask you at the end, like with other Dark Souls games now, whether you would like to start and go into New Game Plus or not. You can say no, so you can still continue like playing in the world. So I assume it's possible, if you wanted, you could go kill the last boss, get his memory, consume it, and that was just me being dumb. Consume it and then come back here and face him a little bit stronger than before. But like for the purposes of pure gameplay, well, obviously you want to save the last boss for last. Now I guarantee we will get through this. Please, sir, just let me beat you to a pulp repeatedly over and over. Ow! My vision. My poor ninja body. Yeah. See, that's the attack we want him to do. Or just wait long enough for us to be able to get in and under him before he starts one, because those are really good opportunities just to hit him. Come on, you jump so much. It's like I'm facing off against the Guardian Ape again. If you ever do get worried, again, just like with every other boss, just back off for a bit, run away, and then you can just come back in. Yeah, see, the arm's a really good one for us. We can just avoid it and then come in for quite a few hits. It is possible to stagger him here and there. And yeah, then he'll stomp a lot. Just wait for a good opportunity and try to... Oh, come on, please. Oh dear, what are you gonna do? Perfect, yeah, you know what? Do whatever you want, dude. I don't really care, because I'm just gonna smack you straight in the face. Okay, there we go. I will say that with Demon of Hatred especially, I end up in a lot of situations sometimes when you get the red prompt in order to commence the next stage, do your assassination kill on him. Sometimes when I'm fighting, the prompt's there, also that was just me being stupid, but the prompt's there, but it doesn't register. Like I'm spamming it and nothing's happening, and so I just end up attacking them over and over. And you do have a limited time frame to actually do that assassination kill on. If you do not do it within, however many seconds you have, he will get, 1 or 2 specks of health left, and then you have to do it again. Oh my gosh, that was really unfortunate. Oh no. Not like this. This is definitely one of those fights where, if you are doing really poorly, let's say I died, which I did in Phase 1, and I used up one of my resurrection orbs. I'm now in a position where if I die here, let's say, do I use a resurrection orb? Because let's say I die here, and I use my second resurrection orb, and then I die again. I lose access to that second resurrection orb until a certain amount of time / damage has been dealt, until it finally refills the bar again and I have access to it. So the question is, when do you risk all 3 of your resurrection orbs in one fight? Do you save them until you get to phase 3 and you feel really lucky, or do you rather just hold on to them or use them as much as you can, and then you end up spending the vast majority of your fights against him with only 2 resurrection orbs? And that's something you have to determine. For instance, for me, I'll most likely use all of my resurrection orbs in one go. Come on, there we go, nice. Please, just go away. Like, again, this is, compared to, all the other fights, like, this has just been a long one, not because it's, super difficult. Nothing unique is happening that, didn't happen in Phase 1, really. It's just his health bar is so big. Oh dear, come on. Gotta ration out my healing gourds. Please, sir. Go down. And again, we haven't even seen Phase 3 yet, because Phase 3 is where, the fight actually gets even harder than it initially did. Come on. Yep. And stomp. There, yeah, he stomped. Good for you, dude. Okay. You'll notice that I don't trigger my... Come on, I'm attacking. I'm attacking. There we go. Gosh, that was it. I'm trying to get the red dot, but it wasn't happening. But yeah, for the most part, I don't trigger lock my camera on him for this, just because for this fight in particular, I want mobility. So here's the phase 3 unique thing. He will do a double whip around, and you have to jump over both when the prompt arrives, and he creates a ring of fire that essentially traps you. Now, the way that it generally ends up working is what happened just there. He will do the double swing around, and then he'll do, something else, and then he will run out of the ring of fire and charge at you, and then he'll charge back in. So you just need to be aware for that. And once he charges back in, for the most part, generally, then the fire goes away. The timing on the fire isn't super long. So yeah, so that's just our, our phase 3. Aside from that, there's nothing too different. He does have an additional attack where rather than, flaming arm or throw balls of fire, he will summon orbs of fire. And you can just literally run around in circles to avoid them, much like anything else that he's done. Oh dear, come on, jump. And wait for the second one. Oh, I jumped too early. Oh, that was really lucky, except I jumped into fire a little bit, but that's okay. Did not take much damage. Come on. Yeah, there's his jump out of the fire. Okay, sure, dude. That's fair. Yeah, you totally got me. Good job. Please just go down. Yeah, angry stomp. Good. Just smack him in the leg. Yeah, I like the jump. I like the jump in the air. That's a couple free hits for us, guaranteed. Oh, I got greedy there. I shouldn't have done that. I should have known not to do it too, but well. Also, I don't like my circling there, or circling to the left, which I'm not used to. Oh god. Oh, I deserve that. Okay, flames are up. That's fine. Oh god, I'm getting greedy. I'm getting scared. I just want it over with. I don't have very many gourds left. I do have a resurrection, but oh no. Oh god. Okay, we're using it. That was our last one. We have one resurrection to our name. Yeah, run back across. Thank you, sir. Free hits. Come on, free hits. Oh, nice. Got a bit of a stagger. That's like 4 free hits right there. Come on. Thank you. We're so close. We're so close. The chips are down. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're all good. Jump. Oh, man. This could be it. That wasn't as painful as I was thinking. Because I believe in my New Game Plus 4 run, I was on him for like 45 minutes or an hour or something. Just because, again, it's just a long fight and it wears you down. And the strength of Sekiro isn't in, prolonged fights. Also, oh no. Not like this. Oh, just avoid both. Oh god, I jumped too early again. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. We should be able to get some hits in. Come on. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. Come on, one hit, one hit, one hit. Oh, there it is. We got him. And so ends the Sculptor. Now, in case you were also Lapis Lazuli, you can only get again. I think it's like 6 per playthrough. Now, in case you were worried, like, oh no, the Sculptor's dead. I wanted to, upgrade all of my prosthetics at this point because, this is a great point to farm for souls. You can go to the stump where you used to sit and still get that.
あんた、また生き残ったのかい。なんとなくは分かってるんだろう。あの片腕の鬼が元は何者だったのか。
いいよ。
そうかい。その方がいいかもしれないね。何の因果か。塩素の炎に焼かれ、鬼となり苦しむ者がいた。あんたはそれを終わらせた。それだけのことさね。
Well, and there we have it. As I said, we didn't get the conversation where we find out that, oh, it was him, but it was him. Perfect. So that's the end for this episode. Next episode, we'll be finishing off the final boss in the game. So thanks for watching. I wish you all the best and have a good day.